Liberty University now failed to disclose crime data. What's this about? Well, there's new reporting, and it says preliminary findings from a federal investigation found that Liberty University failed to warn its Virginia campus community about safety threats. Liberty University failed to warn its Virginia campus community about safety threats, including from individuals accused of sexual violence and systematically underreported crime statistics. The private Christian university has marketed itself for years as having one of the nation's safest campuses. But the Post reported that the U.S. Education Department's findings describe Liberty as an institution that discouraged people from reporting crimes and couldn't provide basic documentation about crime on campus. Liberty repeatedly violated a law known as the Clery Act, according to the preliminary report. Federal law requires colleges and universities that receive federal funding to disseminate an annual security report to employees and students. It must include information on campus crime and efforts to improve campus safety. The AP and ABC News with the details. Schools that violate that law are often fined and required to make sweeping changes. University was already facing scrutiny over its handling of sex assault cases, while the Clery Act investigation became public knowledge last year. Lawsuits by former students and employees have accused the school of botching sexual assault reports or failing to investigate allegations of rape. The litigation was filed under the Title IX, federal law that protects against sex discrimination in education and often overlaps with Clery. Liberty settled a civil lawsuit filed by 12 women last year after they accused the school of fostering an unsafe environment, mishandling cases of sexual assault and harassment. The women alleged that Liberty's strict honor code made it difficult or impossible for students to report sexual violence, said the university had a tacit policy of weighting investigations in favor of accused male students. And it said the university retaliated against women who did make such reports. What Liberty University has to say in response, we'll tell you. In a statement released Tuesday, Liberty confirmed it received the government's report in May, but said it has been corresponding with officials since then about significant errors, misstatements, and unsupported conclusions in the department's preliminary finding. The university said it would continue working with the education department until the investigation ends. Liberty University remains fully committed to ensuring compliance in this area is met and maintained, and understands the purpose of this review process is ultimately in the greater interest of our students, faculty, and staff. Liberty President Don DeCostin said. AP and ABC again with the statement. This comes 3 years after the university's former president, Jerry Falwell's scandal. His departure followed his posting of a provocative photo of himself online with another woman, with both their pants unzipped, as well as revelations of his wife's extramarital affair. Falwell and the university have since filed lawsuits against each other over his departure. Never really understood. I need, okay, we can take that off. Dina, it was very jarring. It was very jarring, okay? It's not that I hadn't seen it before, but, can you start? Can you respond? Go ahead.
Yes, of course. I mean, clearly you could say he leads by example, but this is not a debatable situation. You're either willing to say that sexual assault is okay, or you are going to protect your students, and they haven't protected their students. Not only that, but they're actually discouraging them, which is so disgusting because it's really the women mostly that are affected. 1 out of every 4 college women are subjected to sexual assault, statistically nationwide. But if you're in an environment where it's known that this is not even getting reported, it's possible that statistic is even higher there in that college. I'm here in Los Angeles. UCLA obviously is a huge school here. Before you even start as a freshman, you have to undergo sexual assault training. They teach the students what is considered consent and what is not. And they have to each student has to undergo training before they come in. So you take that as an example, which is not that hard to do, versus a college where they're not only pretending it doesn't happen, but if you're reporting it, they're then going to discourage it. That's frankly disgusting. But it reminds me of the idea of people don't need birth control because they don't have sex, and they don't need abortions because they don't have unprotected sex. The delusion becomes disgusting.
Yeah, we need you to come on over to this side, okay, where we're breathing fresh air, okay, and we understand how the world works.